Anyway, so I've noticed a couple of things. I've finally finished grading the first assignment. I have a couple of things I want to say just to kind of, address some almost universal stuff. Make sure you are giving me differentiated paragraphs. Paragraphs are absolutely essential to filling out these page requirements. Now, I know I didn't really introduce this concept very well. Right now, we're breaking into the eco-narrative, right? So I wanted to give you guys a few ideas of what you can adopt to try to attack this a little bit more directly. I'm hoping you guys have kind of landed on a specific topic to work with in the eco-narrative, because this thing's coming due sometime, next week. Now, back to the original point, though. Don't submit stuff that's just a single block of text. That's always going to work out really badly for you. You want to make sure you've got good, solid paragraph indentions. If you didn't do well in the last assignment, more than likely, that's why. The other thing is this. You guys had a tendency to just get really locked in your own head. Now, that's kind of a weird concept. So let me kind of explore this a little bit. And it kind of works with what we're going to be doing today and what we're doing with this assignment. It kind of makes sense because, we're talking about stuff like oppression and feelings and the stuff that's going on very mentally. When we're oppressed, that's a very mental thing. So I kind of expected this to happen. But a lot of you guys stayed so firmly in the realm of emotion, talking about how you felt and what was a struggle and how your thinking was affected, that you didn't actually really tell me very much about what was physically going on. It's a lot easier to write about physical things than it is to write about stuff that's inside your head. The stuff that's going on in your head is abstract. It's all thoughts about how the world is, about what you are, about how you act. And it's a lot easier to write if we're talking about stuff in the physical world, things that you've done, things that you've seen, things that you've witnessed, right? Those are concrete details. So when you would tell me about your anxiety, for an example, when people talk about their anxiety, what is a better avenue for discussing anxiety is the things that give you anxiety and your responses to it. For me, example, I'm terrified of balloons. I hate balloons. Now, I don't panic anymore, but balloons give me a faster heart rate. They make my palms sweat, right? I get a little short of breath when my kids are playing with balloons, and I'm like, oh, dear Lord. The sound of the balloons that they make, I feel really kind of silly, but I mean, there's a story behind it, but I don't want to tell you on YouTube because it's a whole thing. Anyway, that's the type of approach that it's not necessarily correct, but this is the approach that makes your writing easier. It makes your job easier in evoking stuff and bringing me into the product of your writing. Now, on that note, you guys are probably going to need a little help with that. How do we write with concrete details? I have a strategy for you. I'm going to post it underneath this video. It's called Writing with Active Verbs. It's a very quick and easy way to tune up your language. And I have a video of me teaching this concept a long time ago. Don't worry about doing the assignment that is in the video, because young David had a completely different goal in mind back then. But young David is going to teach you a passive active verb concept. And I will ask you to do something with it later this week. All you need to concern yourself with right now is to watch the video and follow along with the examples and do your best to kind of absorb what it is young, more charming, more handsome David has to tell you. So keeping it kind of short today because I am combining it with a lesson from long, long ago in the tale of yesteryear. Anyway, that's about all for me today. And I look forward to seeing what you guys can do as we move forward with the eco narrative. Yay.